Okay, it is 7 p.m. Hello and welcome to another Solana live coding session. Today we will have a look at our airdrop script again, because last time we managed to find out how we can get the owner of a token, but before we can use that, we still need to get all of the tokens from an NFT collection. And that's what we're gonna continue working on today. Today, I'm not at all nervous because I'm fairly certain that we can make this work. Yes. Now, before we start, and I'm at my parents' house, by the way. That's why different background, worse audio. I hope that you still hear me well. If you can drop me a message in the chat saying how that is, that would be cool. And then we can start. Hello. There we go. No YouTube, I do not want to get all of that info right now. First, before we start, I do want to thank everybody who supported me thus far. We reached 1K subscribers today in the morning. We're already at 1010 subscribers, which is ridiculous, seeing that I only really started posting videos like 3 months ago or so on here. So that's quite cool. And I don't think we have many people in the chat. There's nothing going on there, but we will just get started anyway, because you can re-watch this. You can just watch it whenever you have the time to do so. Now, last time we left off, we created this function. Oh wow, the mouse is not great here. We created this function to get the owner for a given NFT. We just pass in the token mint string as an argument, and it will return to us the owner, so the public key of the owner. Now, spoiler alert, if you want to get all of them, that's how you would do it, but we don't want to just see the solution. Oh, hello, somebody is here. Amazing. We want to actually do it ourselves. That's why we're gonna do git stash, and then we're back to where we were last time. So that's where we left off last time, here with this sort of a mess, not knowing what we're actually gonna do here. But today we have a better understanding, because I programmed it all yesterday already, so I know how all of this works now, and we can go through that. Cool. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to put them on the chat. I have that on the second monitor. It should pop up there. Okay, so now to recap. We found that this get program accounts, the get program accounts RPC call, that's what we want to use. But we didn't really understand yet what that actually does. So maybe have another look at the JSON RPC API from Solana. Your video on Candy Machine V2 was awesome. Thank you. Glad it helped. I hope this video on creating an airdrop script, learning how to code Web3, is also helpful. So get program accounts can be used to get the accounts that a program owns, hence the name, right? So we just provide the pub key of a program, and then we can search for the accounts that it owns. And since there might be many accounts, we can also filter that in a certain way. So first of all, we need to provide it the pub key, obviously, and then we can optionally provide some configuration, which is the encoding, how we want to get it back, like what should the result be. If we just want to have a slice of the account, if we don't specify that, then we get the entire account. And then filters says if we search for a specific account, what should apply for the specific account. And if we have a look at the filter, we can either say it should have a specific size, so the size must be a certain length of data, or /and or we can say mem compare, so memory compare. The contents of the data of the account should have certain values, and for that we can search for up to 129 bytes at any given offset, and we have to provide the bytes. So, knowing this, what can we do with it? Well, we know that we need an NFT again. Let's look. That's not my password. Is it my password? It is my password. Let's look at another NFT. I don't know why my Phantom wallet is so slow, but well, it is. Let's see. Did we get anything new here? We've got two of them. This one is actually new. I just got this one today. This one we had last time, right? But this one we got today from a person who actually bought it from the collection and sent it to me. So that's not a sponsor per se, but that's just another NFT gift that I got. So anyhow, if we have a look at such an NFT, then what we can find out is the creator address here, the verified creator, which will be the first one in the list of creators. That's usually the Candy Machine ID that puts itself as a verified creator in here. But even if the Candy Machine is withdrawn, so if the Candy Machine is killed, this creator is still in there, so we can use that to query what all of the NFTs in that collection are. Now, where do we query that? Where does that creator address lie? Well, that's part of the metadata, because the metadata among the key, the update authority, and the mint, and so on, has the creators, right? That stores that, and that is one thing that is stored on chain. Well, where is that stored on chain? As an account of the metadata program. That's where metadata retrieved from. Okay, so wait, that's from this URL? No. Okay, so that's what's on the actual on the link on this one. If you follow the URI, then apparently if you click on details, then you get what's retrieved from the Arweave. But if we stay on this, that's what was actually stored on the blockchain. Here's just a link to the Arweave, which contains the additional metadata. Glad you got all this sorted. Yeah, man, I got it sorted. Thanks to your help last time. You pointed me in the right direction. Today we know exactly how all of this works, and I'm about to explain it to you. Okay. Right. So creators. This stuff is stored in the metadata account, which is owned by the metadata program. That's also why the snapshot of MetaBoss contains the script where it queries creator accounts. I think that was the one where it queries the token metadata program and calls get program accounts on it. And essentially that's the same thing we want to do, right? We want to do exactly that, but we need to prepare it similarly to this. We need to prepare all of that stuff. So let's go through it. We don't need the commitment. Encoding should be fine. Base 64, getting that. Yeah, I mean, why not? We don't want to slice it, but we do want to filter it. So we want to get the entire accounts and we do want them filtered. And I don't want the data size, actually I take that back, but we just want to do mem copy. And we want to mem copy the verified creator. That's essentially, you know, we just copied the 2WT that we got from our creator, the verified creator here. We just copied that in here. And that's literally just this string base 58 encoded that we put in here. Now the offset cannot be 0 because, or I mean it can, but at 0 we get the key. Now maybe we should have a look on how the how Metaplex stores its accounts, and I think that's done somewhere in here. So we are in the Metaplex programming library, not issues, code, and the token metadata is what we're looking for. We have a look at the actual program parts, and then in here, I don't know, in lib maybe? No, that's just where I found the ID, but that's already, we can already take that because we will need that anyway. Last time I thought we need to check all the accounts from the token program, but we don't want to search for the token program. We want to actually search for the metadata, the token metadata program. So let's just store, I don't know, token metadata, that's how you write that, right? Program ID is, we want to have a public key from this. So that's the public key address from the program. And we then just want to use that when we query the program accounts with the config that we defined here. Now, we still don't know how the account is built. I'm not entirely sure if I find that here. Enter point, instruction state, processor. Not sure if I find it. Anyhow, metadata size, but that's already getting in the direction that I want. I mean, here we have just some constants. Max name length, this will also be important. But do I have, no, data v2, metadata. I'm searching for the struct that shows me how this is all built. Master edition. I mean, it's getting in that direction, right? That's the editions and master editions. And reservation lists. Reservation list. Did I skip it? Was it somewhere here? The v2 stuff. I mean, the data, that's part of it. But the data v2, that's probably, so there's a name, a symbol, URI, selfie, and then the creators. But there's something before that data for the entire struct that lives on the token account. I don't find it. Here. Is it that? Struct metadata. It's the key, then the update authority, then the mint, then the data. Yeah, and then some more stuff. I think that's what we need, right? So that's how the metadata is stored on chain. If we look here again with the key, update authority, mint, that looks very similar to what we just found here, right? Key, update authority, mint. And it's also what the here at the filter, it also sets the offset to exactly that, right? With the key, update authority, mint, name, and so on. So essentially, we can just copy that, but I don't like to just copy without understanding. So we copy and we find out why it is that way. So we copy that here. First 1 byte is the key. Key. Then we have the update authority, which is a public key, so 32 bytes. Then the mint, which again is a public key, 32 bytes. Then the name string length. So here it defines how long this part is. Interesting. So if you want to get the name, then you read this part. Right, so is that in the data now already? Check the data v2 again. Data v2. Well, that's just the name. But anyhow, that's probably how it's then encoded. So data string length, and then the max name length. That we also already saw somewhere in here, right? Max data size also has the max name length, and the max name length was 32 as well. That's why we're limited to the size of the 32 bytes if we want to put in a name. This was a very bad sentence to say, but anyhow, so this we replace by 32 plus, and then the max URI length, we also have that here. Oops, we don't need to copy that. That's 200 actually, so 200, I think, characters, because a character is usually stored in 1 byte. We can replace that, and then the symbol length, that's 10, so 10 characters is the max symbol length. Okay, so we now know how we come to that conclusion. I still don't know how it would, so where it does the padding, right? Because if you have the name string length, right? If you say here, this is how long the name is, and then here you write the name, although actually, yes, and then you just buffer the rest of the name with, I don't know, whatever, zeros or some shit. And that's just to know where the name ends. I mean, makes sense. And then the same with the URI. To know where it ends, you need to have this length, because the maximum length is this long. But it doesn't shift, it doesn't then already start the URI string somewhere before, like the string length like this. It will always be at the same part of the account. I think I'm being too technical because most people are already leaving again. Doesn't matter. I do it in my tempo. We will figure this out. Well, I will figure this out. You can watch or you can skip ahead later when you rewatch the session. Anyhow, give me a hand if you're still following, lol. Right, so now that we know where in the account our creator is stored, so the 4 bytes here is, I think, for the amount of creators, and then the next thing that comes after this is the first creator address, which means that if we put the offset to exactly that, then we start searching at the first creator. And the bytes that we search for is the verified creator. So that should work out. Hey, somebody's joining and following along. Amazing. Okay, so that is that. Now that's how we have our config set up, and we just put that in as an RPC call to our connection. We say get program accounts, and then we just print it. So, you know, let's just try this. I can already tell you that it's not gonna work, but hey, we try this anyway. And we see what happens because we want to learn. What we get back is the following error. It's gone! You have all my attention. Amazing. That's cool. That's all I want. All of it. All the attention. I want all the attention of all of you. All of the 4 people watching. Anyhow, so a JSON RPC in version 2 tells us there's an error with the following message. The RPC call or parameters have been disabled. It's gone. Now, after a little bit of Googling, it came to my attention that not all RPC providers support this get program accounts call, because the get program accounts call is a fairly resource intensive one. So the RPC endpoint that we were using, so this one, the Solana hosted, which is rate limited, this one doesn't support this call because, you know, resource intensive, I guess. But Serum needs this call. I mean, obviously you need to search through many program accounts, and like literally we're searching through all of the NFTs that exist on Solana. That's quite a lot. So that's a quite resource intensive call. I'm not sure if you can make that more efficient. I thought there would be a way to only search for the ones that are on this, but not the way we do it here. Anyhow, so the one from Project Serum supports this call. That's why I'm gonna put that as my RPC host. And then if we try that again, make a little more space here. Oh, I again was in the way of showing what, you know, should I jump up again? Yay! Is that better now? Let's see if we get anything back from here. Again, it's a very resource intensive call that we're making, and the poor validator needs to look, or RPC node needs to look through a lot of stuff. I don't know if the RPC nodes just translate to a validator node, and the validator node then returns back. I mean, it doesn't need to go through all validator nodes, just one who has the state of the blockchain, but still that one needs to do a pretty computationally intensive task, which is look through all of the NFTs in existence and search the ones of this collection, which, you know, is a tough task. In fact, it's such a tough task that it will tell us fuck off, essentially. That's what it's telling us. It says gateway timed out, and I'm pretty sure that that's because, well, we used up too many resources. We cannot find all of the token accounts that you are requesting. They're just program accounts, sorry, which are token metadata accounts. Cannot find all of them. I give up. It's taking me too much time. That's why we get this timeout, I think. I'm not entirely sure about that, but that's what I imagine is happening here. So, once again, this public RPC endpoint is not really helping us. But what we can then do, hold on, I'll give that on this screen real quick. We can go to the Genesis Go Discord, and in the RPC endpoints channel, we find the following mainnet endpoint, which is, as far as I know, not rate limited and pretty much offers very good performance. And at the current state, you do not need to be authenticated to use it. So for now, it's still free. At some point, they will change that. But for now, we can just literally plug it in like this into our RPC host variable, which is used then by the connection. And then we can make that call. And if we now execute that script, let me just open YouTube again here. We will again have to wait quite some time, but that's fine because we have the time to wait for the nice validator to give us the data if it actually gives us the data that we're searching for. Again, we're doing very resource intensive stuff here. So I'm not sure if there's a more efficient way to do it. Potentially there's a more efficient way to do it than to search through literally all of the program accounts that the metadata program holds. But apparently that's what we need to do. I mean, that's the implementation of MetaBoss. I'm pretty sure that the Candy Machine has a more efficient way of doing that. But anyway, we just want to find a way that works for us, not a way that is super efficient. So there we go. Look at that. Look at that. So it printed us a bunch of accounts, always with, the public key of the account and then some account data, like the account info, the data, if it's executable, and Lamperts, if we check, it's those 5 So it's 0.005 sol, and that's exactly what a metadata account costs, right? We've looked into that a bunch of times, and so that makes sense that is a metadata account. Yeah, and there are a bunch of these, the bunch that it printed plus those 869, so it's a total of, I think, 969, which makes sense, kinda, because the collection that we are querying here, if I got that right, they said in that metadata that is on Arweave, no, they didn't give a collection size. Okay, but apparently it's 969. Wait, no, that can't be, because that's 1,000. How does that make sense? I don't know. Why did we find only 800? I don't know. We'll look into that in a bit. First, we need to make use of that. Hello, my friend. You have been helpful on my Sol programming journey. Cool. Thanks. That's good to hear. Now, where do we go first? Let's create ourselves a nice list of accounts. So for, how was that? Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let I be 0, and as long as it is smaller as my account list length with incrementing. So for each of the accounts, there's a way to do for each as well, but I don't know how it's done, so whatever. We do, what do we actually want to do? Let's see, account list dot, let's get the pub key to base 58, because that is something that we will be definitely using. So that's metadata account pub key. What's the kind of spelling that we have? Do we do it like this? I don't know. And for now, let's just lock this. And run that again, because we wanna annoy a poor validator again until we get fucking rate limited or some shit. But I don't think that we will on this. I don't think that will happen. Anyhow, we kind of also want to build a way to not have to query this every time. So I think I'm gonna do something such that we store this. So let's, I have no idea how to TypeScript. Let's see, how do you do classes in TypeScript? I mean, yeah. Let's copy that. And what do we do? No, don't mess that up. We don't want a greeter, we want a token info. I don't know. And each token info should have a metadata account, which is a string, and we will set that in the constructor. We don't need any freaking methods. And we will go from here. We will build ourselves actually the list won't change, so that should be fine. I'm so bad at naming stuff. Vorong, I don't speak that language. We want that to be a token info array. I don't know how you do stuff, really. Is that how that would work? I really don't know how to TypeScript. So let's say, I'm so fucking uncreative. All info. All info. All info. Token placeholder. Token placeholder. Yeah, something like that. Right. So, ooh, that thing is through, and it printed us a bunch of public keys. Let's just pick any random one. This one almost looks like my address, but it's not my address. Let's have a look at what it actually is. Let's put it in here. It is just an account owned by the Metaplex token program. And we don't see much more here. Like Solscan doesn't show much more here. It just shows the transactions that it was used in. So 11 days ago, this thing was created in this transaction. And what kind of transaction was that? Let me guess. It was one that used the candy machine. There we have it, the candy machine v2. the candy machine v2 that used this account as the metadata account. And this here, did I actually pick my token? No, wait, that's the candy machine ID. Forget that. Yeah, I just seemed so familiar with the 2W. But then where's the actual token? Is it this one? I don't know. Let's have a look. Create account, new account. This token program, mint. That's the 7U. That's the token address. So this is the actual token. And we see it's the one from the same collection because it has the same verified creator. So that seems to be working. We can get all of the accounts in the metadata or that the metadata program sees with that verified creator. So we can make ourselves an account list with all of those things. So we were persisting that. That's, you know, an optional feature, but I kind of want to do that because I don't want to always have to call that. So we will just store, instead of printing this, we will say all info new token info with the metadata account. Right, so we put a new token info for all of those infos. Then, since we not only get the pub key here, we also get the account itself, right? So we can already work with the account itself. Now, we don't have to do anything with the account, but while we already query it, might as well make use of it. Plus, we are also, you know, trying to learn how we do stuff here, right? So what do we want to get out from the data? So the owner is obviously the Metaplex program. So the metadata program. And Lampert's is obviously always going to be 0.005 sol. Executable is always going to be no. The rent epoch we don't really care about. So everything interesting is inside the data. And what is inside the data? Well, we looked at that earlier. We have all of those things, right? Key, update authority, mint. The mint, that is one of the relevant things that we definitely want to get out of that account, because obviously this is just the metadata account, and we also want to have the actual token account that is owned by the token program. So this will be one thing that we will definitely want to get out. And then while we're at it, we might as well try and get the name out, because we can. But let's start with the mint. How do we do that? Well, we just read with an offset. So it's 1 byte plus 32 bytes, and then we have the mint. So we had that last time, read an entire, let's cheat a bit and see how we did that last time. Here, we just put in the data to a new public key, and that was literally sliced. Yeah, let's do it exactly like that again. We wanna get a new pub key with that thing data slice, and then we set 32. That's the means authority. 1 byte for the key. So 1 for the key, 32 for the update authority, sorry. And then we find the mint. Hello, can I see public keys from users who interacted with a smart contract? Can I see public keys from users who interacted with a smart contract? See where? Yes, of course you can. The user who interacted with the smart contracts, their wallet, they usually pay for that transaction as well. So if you go through that transaction, you can definitely see that, but I'm not sure I understand the question correctly. So where do you want to see what exactly? Probably their public key, but where? See it from where? See it inside the program? So inside the smart contract? Have you looked at Cardano's program? Nope. I did not look, like, I literally start my blockchain programming journey with Solana because why not? Let's make it hard for myself. And I have no idea how it's done on Solidity. I don't even do Solidity. Never done that. I mean, a simple example I have looked at, but never did it myself. So why Solana? I don't know. I just came across it, used it, and I was like, wow, that's cool. And then I got into it more, and now I start programming on it. So yeah. Anyhow, that's why. We get the slice from here and the end. So start number and end number. So end number must then be this plus 32, because 32 bytes is obviously the pub key length. And that we essentially just want to have as base 58 again, and call that our token account or token mint. And we will also save that in here. I mean, why not? Save that in here. Because if there was a software engineering class, then we could maybe, you know, do that a little bit better and not just give that in the constructor. But whatever, it's fine. And then the next thing that I actually also want to try and save is the NFT name, which, what was that? Did I press too many buttons? Which we can get out in a similar fashion. So we have the 1 plus the 32 plus this, and then here we see the name length, and then here we have the name. Now my question is, why the hell do I need 4 bytes? Wait, no, 4 bytes for 32. No, but still 32 bytes are just 32 letters, right? Because with 1 byte you don't store more than 1 character. A character ASCII encoded is 1 byte. Oh, nice. You're welcome. My teaching has been huge for you. That's cool. That's good to hear. Okay, let's put that on hold and answer questions. For example, if I want to do an airdrop to all Magic Eden users who bought or sold in a time span of the last month, well, you'd have to go through I think the more efficient way is to go through all of your NFTs anyway. Go through all of your NFTs and then search for the transactions, I guess. But it's a very specific use case. So essentially, because you're not querying the current state of the blockchain, you actually want to know if something has happened in the past, and that's not encoded on the blockchain like that. You'd actually have to go, see what has happened, see which transactions were going through and stuff. Yeah, I don't have an easy answer for that. Anyhow, I'm still confused about the 4 bytes here. With 4 bytes, would like 1 byte be enough? I put 1 byte because 1 byte I can say all the numbers between 0 and 32. So why do I need 4 here? That still does not make sense. Here it makes a bit more sense, but still not if it's 200. That's still 1 byte enough that I can. But anyway, let's not over. Bitteschön, gerne. Let's not overanalyze this. And just see what the name really says. And in the meantime, also see if that token mint printing or querying works. So actually, let's make it a method here. Because I forgot how to do that. Show. Just show. And here we say console log the metadata translates to the token mint. Let's see if that part works. So all account info. No. Is that not how this works? Doesn't tell me that. Maybe it wants that to have that specifically here. Maybe then, yeah, then that would work. Anyhow, okay, and because we don't want to do that too, integer is a 4 byte data. You can't know if it's a complete integer if you keep 1 byte. Well, fair point. Yes, int is 4 bytes. You're correct in that. But I don't get the argument you can't know if it's a complete integer if you keep 1 byte. My question is why do I need an integer? Why not a byte? Because a byte would be sufficient to give me the values 0 to 255, and that's all the values that I need. Why do I need to spend 4 more bytes storing zeros? That would be my question. But I mean, it's not like we're all paying rent for that. Because we're all paying rent for that. I mean, you managed to do it with the key as well. What's the difference here? Why can I have the key just 1 byte? Yeah, bad design, I think. Okay, well then we're on the same page. Cool. Anyway, but it is as it is. You can't have everything perfect. If it works, it works. reconnected. Are we back? I think I lost you for a bit here. But we'll just continue. As if nothing happened. So I don't need the name for the NFT, and we could totally skip over that. But I really do want to see how I can encode that, because that's a good exercise for, retrieving that metadata, the metadata info, because a lot of people sometimes want to do that. Like, I've had plenty of use cases where that would be nice to, in the front end, get information from the NFT. Like, one guy wanted to, whenever an NFT is minted, I immediately show on the front end, that's the NFT you minted. Here's the name, here's the picture. And the way you do that is by exactly doing that, getting the metadata account, which you get back from or which essentially, when doing the mint, when providing it to the candy machine, you create that account, so you have that address, and then you can just read it out, and go to the URI, where you then find the link to the image, and then you can display that. So yeah, it makes sense to be able to decode that stuff. So I want to kind of try that now, since we still have the account data here, and we want to slice that. Let's say that's the name buffer. We want to slice that with 1 plus 32 plus 32 plus 4, and then 32. So let's just, let's just write it like that. 1, 32, 32 plus 4. 1, 32, 32 plus 4. And then it has a name. Come on, no. And then it has an end of plus 32. And then the name length buffer is this minus the 4. So we slice that. Or we could even just do name length and not the buffer, by not slicing, but saying a read. And then the length was a 4, right? uint just a uint, not a big int, an int, not a 32, just a normal int. Wait, just a uint, right? Because a uint is per definition 32, right? We have, well, I mean, or take the uint 32. Just no, wait, we want the uint 4. No. We don't want 32. We want 4. And per definition, no, is it 32? God damn it, I'm confusing myself. Is that 32 now bits or bytes? Because I think that's bits. Because an int 8 bits, and that's 32, so that's a 4 byte. Let's just use that. And I think it's little endian, right? With the following offset. Let's just try it. And see how badly we fail. Yeah. And I have no idea how I would get the name out, because from the name buffer to string, is there like a decode? I could Google that. Buffer to string. That's not what I want. I don't want that. I don't want decoding. Well, that's also not what I want. Okay, fine, I do it myself. I will just read it myself. So let's do just for fun, console log name length, just to see if we are completely off. Let's use a different one. Nope, we're not in Java. Name length. And for each character inside this buffer, how do you build strings? Let name buffer read. We just read an unsigned integer byte to jar code at. Is that what I want? I'm not sure. I have an integer and I want to have the character of it. Keep up the good work, Andy. I'll try, yo. Definitely I first read an integer and then what did I just copy? Jar code add is a function of. Isn't that the other way around of what I want? Returns a number indicating the Unicode value. No, it's the other way around that I want. I want bytes to character in TypeScript. Can't be so hard, come on. Char at. What did I search? At. What does that do? Char at. No, that's the part of a string. No, that's absolutely not what I'm looking for. You know what? Let's just fuck it. Let's just do that. Let's just interpret this as, add it to your string as you want. And if you make it a number, then you make it a number. But it should be fine because that's already the character value, right? And if I just add it as a character, then we'll see what happens. Maybe it can't compile, but maybe it will do exactly what I want, and maybe it will break. And we will, of course, output the name. And then we run this once and see how horribly we fail in getting all of the names. Wow. Tokenmint has no initializer. Well, fuck off. I could either put it into the constructor I mean, putting it in a constructor is actually nicer. And then the same thing with that bullshit, but that I just say now. Okay, any more? Any more complaints, TypeScript? Any more questions from your side? Okay. Null is not assignable to type string. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Null is not assignable to type string? Okay, fine. Fine. Then it's not a type string, bitch. Ha, complicated. Complicated TypeScript every time. What else? No signature with the parameter number. That is, of course, true. Because, first of all, I think I used the wrong brackets. Where is that? No, I did not use the wrong brackets, but I definitely didn't put the token mint here. Plus, I don't need that anymore then. Okay, what else? We've already coded for an hour. We are making progress. New token info. Where did I write that? Oh yeah. How do you create an array in TypeScript? Or a list? I'm fine with a list. Can I do this? And then append? No. I mean, do I then access at the wrong index? Literally, how do you TypeScript? I have no idea. This can't be so hard. It's like one of the essentials of programming. Yes, and I'm a programming teacher. Fuck off. Is that how I define that? String or number? Wow, I really don't know how to do anything. Anyhow. TypeScript is still JavaScript. It's just an extension. Yes, I know. I know. I know that it's still JavaScript, but then I still don't do JavaScript. God damn it. I love my Python. I know how my Python works. And I know how Java works. And I know a bunch of other like C languages work. But I never did front end. I always avoided it. And yeah, anyhow, I don't know how arrays in fucking JavaScript work either. TypeScript makes it harder. But hey, it stopped complaining. It will probably start complaining when I do this, right? And there is no, then I get an array out of bounds or some shit. Index out of bounds, sorry. Yeah. We'll see. Do we do anything productive before that? No. We'll crash here and then not do this. Okay, fuck off. Oh no, we are doing something. 32, is that the thing that I want? Okay, chill. Now, I mean, it kind of looks like what I expect it to look like, with a bunch of zeros at the end, because that does the buffering. So that's the buffering for the name. That the length is 32. That's weird, though. That's super weird. Anyhow, let's see. That's one of the metadata, sorry. That's one of the metadata things that map to a token. So that seems to work, at least. We can get the token mint out of that program. Metadata, I can't talk anymore today. So that part seems to work. The getting the name out, yeah, not so much. But seriously, come on, guys. Come on, guys. You know what? I've done this before. Come on. It's not my first script that I write. I have a bunch of scripts that I played around with and did metadata retrieving. I'm just gonna look at it. How did I do that there? There was my, was it that? Was it that? This is such a small screen. No. No, you shouldn't scan it for viruses. I programmed it. String.from char code. That's what I'm looking for. That's the one I'm looking for. We go back here. We do string from character code, and the character code is this goddamn son of a fucking bitch. And then we might as well also save the name. Yeah. However, why the length? Why that is 32, I don't get it. Because I don't think that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16 at most characters that this name has. But maybe I misinterpret what this thing is for. Maybe it's supposed to be 32. Anyhow, let's just read the buffering as well, because why not? Why the hell not? Do you have a script that gets all the info of a candy machine with just a candy machine ID? Well, Robert, that's literally what I'm building right now. Unless you mean something different by all the info of a candy machine. Because what do you mean with all the info of a candy machine? Do you mean all that info that when you call the upload script is written to the candy machine buffer? to the candy machine account, then no, that's not what I do here. But if you're looking for a script that searches for all of the tokens that were created with the candy machine, then yes, that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm not sure what you mean. And we'll just wait until we get the result again. Again, we should persist this. We should probably... Aww, look at that. Doesn't that just look beautiful to you? It does to me. I mean, the string probably now has some 0 characters here, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that we get the name plus the metadata plus the token mint all out of that freaking account info. So cool. And that's essentially all we want. Or do you want the URI as well? No, I think at that point I think we milked that account enough. We milked it so well, and we now want to persist that such that we don't have to continuously over and over call that poor what do we even call it? This one, the get program accounts, because that's again resource intensive to search through all of the NFTs ever. So yeah, let's try avoid doing that. And before we do that, a word from our sponsor. Hold on. Let's see. Can I add text? Sponsored message. Select font. Whatever, it's fine. And select color. Yes. Should I put it right there? Okay, a word from our sponsor. Because today's episode is brought to you by... One second. We got there. We got there in a second. By... Goddamn, see, that's why I love to edit videos, because then you can just cut out that stupid waiting time where my stupid wallet is being stupidly slow. Stupid. Okay, I'm okay now. It's brought to you by... What else do I have? Yes. By a first class ticket, which is a utility NFT, which was gifted to me. And essentially, the project, I think it's called that ticket. Hold on, let me check. Yes, I'm very well prepared to provide you with the message of our sponsor. It's that ticket.finance is the project from where I got this nice little first class ticket. Essentially, they are building a launchpad, and with those NFTs, you get allocations to their launchpad. I mean, you can check that out here, or maybe more interesting, check out their Twitter, because on their Twitter, if they informed me correctly, they are doing giveaways for those first batch of tickets, so you can win those. So the early investors, they get kind of better allocations. My NFT, for instance, has a 100% allocation. Not sure if I will ever use that, but hey, follow them on their Twitter and you might find out more information about those giveaways. Did I say everything that my sponsor wanted me to say? And if not, well, fuck that. I can do whatever the fuck I want with my sponsored messages. End of sponsored message. Okay. The whole point of this is, I need to go back here again. I wanted to demonstrate that it does not only work with this collection. Come on! Please! Phantom! Be less slow! Right. Point is, I can check out this. Oh, by the way, I got ticket number 42 because I told them, they asked me what's my favorite number, and I was like, 42? And they were like, okay, you got ticket 42. So we can do the same thing here. We just check out the creator address, which I think is the candy machine. Not sure if it does something else. But if we go, where's my code? If we go back to our code, and let me also open up YouTube. No, the loading screen is part of the experience. Yeah, well, I mean. So if we replace that by that now, by our newest sponsor, and we do that again, then the script should also work because it should work for all NFTs, at least the ones that were created with the Candy Machine v2, because that's the layout that we query here. That's the layout, and that's the wait, where is it? There, the v2 of the Metaplex metadata stand. Is that also in v2? No, I think that's still. Never mind, whatever. Yeah, so should be interesting to find out if that also works for the tickets. Let's give that a look. Not just for the iCatos. And yeah, then now we essentially have all of the things that we need, really, right? Or at least up until that point. Oh, look at that! A bunch of first-class tickets, and there we have all of the associated token accounts for that. So if we wanted to see where ticket, I don't know, 38, 100, there we have ticket 2, ticket 1. Where did I just see that? Ticket 1. If we want to see where ticket 1 lives, we can just bunch that in here. And there we have the ticket 1. Cool. So we can now, to recap, from simply one verified creator address or Candy Machine ID. I'm not actually sure if that's also the Candy Machine ID. I'd need to double check that. We can get all of the metadata accounts, which can also give us the token accounts. And from the token accounts, we can then, with our get owner for NFT, if we put the token account here, we can get the owner of that account. And then essentially we have everything prepared for sending out an airdrop. Now, I think I want to do the actual sending the airdrop in a later coding session, because we have been going on for an hour and 20, and I'm again getting to the point where I am getting a bit tired. We can do some cleanup here still, though, like persisting this stuff, and then also still calling the get owner. Those are two things that I still want to get done today. But let's do a little bit of version control here. Git commit. Find all tokens for verified creator. That's now working. Just in case we break stuff again now. Yo! Raj is here. Hello. I know that guy from my streams on the other channel. Yeah, here I don't sing. Yo. Or at least not much. But I do some coding if you're interested in that. Anyhow, so we kinda wanna, I don't even know how to do file handling and fuck off. TypeScript write JSON file. Literally, I need to learn everything over and over again because I have no idea how shit works. In JSON I have the nice dump, but there the pass is the one direction. Then I have a stringify, and then I just write that to a file. That sounds good to me. And what package is that? Require file system. Yeah. Token info. Write JSON. I don't know. I'm not creative anymore. Any data can be any shit that you give it. Why you complain? Yeah, I didn't mean function. What did I write? Oh yeah. And here we let the JSON. JSON apparently is a thing. And then we file system write that, and the file system we just require. Not sure if TypeScript will allow me to do that. We'll see. I do code often. I'm currently doing a project in Python. Nice. Cool. Do you do Web3 as well? If no, then we can start together. What's your other channel? My other channel is called Loop Creative Andy, where I essentially make music with a loop station. Yeah, I also do live streams there if I get to do that. Like, I haven't made one in a month, but hey, therefore I'm making these ones. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm already very distracted here. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Oh yeah, where do I write that to again? There, my JSON file. Maybe let's put that process file path const princess. We save our process. Yep. And then we do the other way around. And the data comes from ugly. Is file reading really that ugly? Apparently. So we have the callback on error. We'll just ignore errors, right? And now we don't. We at least log errors. Okay. And then I can't return in here, right? I need to somehow get my object out. How do I get my object out? How do you get that outside of this function? Because if I return it here, it just returns this file, and that's not what I want. This function. Can I have a let red data? Would that work? Again, I have no idea how to TypeScript. I mean, that's what I want. Wait, I'm not done here. I am not done here. Closing brackets. There we go. Might say that that's not that, but we'll see. We'll see. Actually, but then we might as well also be more specific here. Have fun learning German. Use promise to resolve when it's done. Good. Ooh, good point. Good point. That's probably a great idea that we should totally do, because otherwise we return nothing here. Fuck, but I don't know how to promise. How to do a promise. Fuck me. Read file. Sorry, I have literally no, like, there's a reason why I don't usually do TypeScript. Oh fuck, I can't even read that. No, that's not what I want. Oh, can I use that? Read file async. I mean, that sounds a little bit more promising. Get it? Because, oh man, I have no idea. Anyhow, can we not also just do that next time? Also, wait, I also have other scripts that do that. Let me just grab one of my scripts that already do that. Let's see. When did I develop that? Some time ago, did some stuff where somehow I used stuff. And there I have fs. Why did I use that? Write file async. Yeah, that's how I did it. And then I'm just writing file here. Damn it, I'm not reading file. Okay. Then how about this one? Do I read file here? Yeah, you have the search over there. There, JSON, pass. I mean, that's how it, that's how the look. That's how the fucking thing does it. That's how they read the key. It's not even my code. That's how they read the key pair. and we just put in that shit. And then we put that to string, and then we pass that as a JSON. And then we return that shit. Can't be so hard, right? Easy, right? Promises promise making life harder for C# devs. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking promises. Always those promises. Anyhow, should I also write that file async? Nope. Maybe not. Maybe let's just try if that works. If do I have no, I think it didn't import my file system. Check if a file exists. I think it didn't import it properly, so I don't have the. So this is, wait, do we want to make that synchronous? Yeah, and sync is probably process file. Then we, I don't know. All info, we called it read JSON. Just checking if that shit works. Else we do that shit. And we expect that shit to return us a token info array. And then we have a token info array here. Return that shit. And then we write JSON that file saved, yo. Look, programming is hard. Okay. Think that's gonna work? I don't understand. What is that? Turkish? Oh no, that's not gonna work. Why is that not gonna work? Because return type of one must always be promise. Of course it must be. Of course it must be. Now, again, if we were doing software development, I would encourage you to do that in separate files, all of the separate things, but you know, I promise you some token info. And then oh, we still have a bunch of console logs that we should probably get rid of. Let's see. I mean, looking good in terms of TypeScript compiling. TypeScript doesn't compile, right? TypeScript translates or some shit. I don't know. Does TypeScript compile? Or it's just interpreted, right? I don't know. I'm not. It's not like I'm a computer scientist to study that shit, right? That's why I don't teach web dev. There we go. Fucking hell. Callback must be a function. Write file, write JSON. How did I do that there? Write file sync. Like read file sync, write file sync. Then I don't need a callback, right? Just the path and the JSON to write. One more time. Maybe that helps. Celebrations. Yeah, and then when we have the file, we can loop over it and find the owners for all of the tokens in there. And then once we actually manage to write files, we don't need to have that super long RPC call anymore. By the way, RPC stands for Remote Procedure Call, in case you did not know that, because I of course did. Hello! Hello! Do the people in the chat have any questions while we wait for the next error? Haha, lol. I should really test this, with other data than file saved. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. No, wait, we're on Windows. What did I call it? Process JSON. There we go. Yeah, look, the name of the ticket still has 0 characters in there, right? So that's still, so with the name length, there's still an issue. But let's not worry too much about that now. We can just trim it by 0 characters if we felt like it. But whatever. It's fine, right? It's fine. Yeah, but it looks good. It stored the metadata accounts and it stores the token mints. Looks good to me. Now, if we run the script again, then it should just read the file. Yep, there we have it. Once again, it says the name with all the 0. Okay, with that we should probably split, but has the metadata accounts and the token mints. Now, the next step, OCD. Yeah, right. That's rare. The next step would be to now get the owners for those. So we then also want to store that somewhere in here. So that would be the owner string or null and set it to null. And we would essentially now just, I need to learn how to do for each. Come on. I can just for each like that, but is that synchronous still? So let's say this is really getting a little bit of a big file here. Let's say when we read the info for each in all info, let's see if we can do that. Info owner is get owner for NFT, right? With the same connection, and the token info token mint. And promise pub key. Right. How do I resolve the promise? Oh, I wait first of all. And I think I can't do that in for loops, right? But I think the problem is that I can't do that in that sort of loop anymore. Yes. Sorry, this is JavaScript basics that I try to understand and don't know. You need a function with an async keyword. Yeah, I know. But how can I make it a for each async? Aha! I can do that, I think. Haha! So, right, because that's my function. I can just make that async. Okay. And then from here to base 58, and that should be good. Save the owner. Now, my idea would still be to do a write JSON with all info every fucking time that we got a new owner, because if we stop in the middle because we were rate limited or some shit, then we can do that, and also then we can proceed from here. So I would now then only do that if token, so essentially if not token owner, then we do that. And that I think in TypeScript needs to be in brackets. Okay. So if we didn't retrieve the token owner yet, then we want to retrieve the token owner. And if we managed, write the info again, such that when we stop the script and call it again, then we already have some owners written there. Let's see if that works even remotely. And also maybe the token info again. No, actually, let's do token info show and our show plus owner, such that from the metadata account to the token mint to the owner. That's how we read it after the loop. What? Read it after the for loop. There's a chance all info variable might not have updated values when you read it. Yeah, that is a very fair chance. That is a very fair chance, sir. And also, what happened here? Fuck A, what is that? Token show is not a function. Is it not? I thought it is. Where is it? My screen is too small for the amount of code that I already wrote. So it says that token info is a token info. Can make it explicit maybe. No. Implicit has any type, but better inferred from usage. Oh right, because we just maybe I don't. This part here, where we read it, we just assume it's a token info, but it really is not. Is all info a memory reference? I don't think it will work. Yeah, update will not be reflected. I do think the update will be reflected. Let's try it with 1. Wow, my code is too big. I should make separate files. Let's do it with 1. Let's say let token info be all info, the first one, and see what that does. Oh, it still won't have a show. Let's not show then. The show comes from the object, but I didn't create it as an object, I just read it in. So, and then where's my process? OCD. And the first element in here got the owner, and that was also written. This one, oh wait, it also has an owner. Oh, maybe that seems to be working though. Let's see if it actually works though. So we expect that to hold a CTDS. We expect this guy to hold a C. What? No. Just the first letters? No. Oh, because there are many pages. Oh, god damn it, you guy. CTDS. There you have it. A first class ticket. It's working, guys. It's working. My script is perfect. Perfectly reasonable to use. Did it already do it for all of them? Maybe it was fast enough to already do it for all of them. Wow. But it did it for all of them, but it said it can't show because the show method, this is really just implemented for this token info, and if I read it from JSON, then Apparently it doesn't like that or some shit, I don't know. Yeah, but seems to work. I would leave it like that. I would literally leave it like that. Not being tested though, but yeah, that gives us a file that we can use for dropping our airdrop, right? So we started with just which collection should it be. We retrieved the metadata account. From that, we got the token mint. From that, we got the owner who owns that NFT. And now we can drop some tokens to that guy. So that's literally just an SBL token transfer to that. But we don't want to do it with the SBL token CLI. We want to also build that ourselves, but I will keep that for next time. Spoiler alert, I would also then store the transaction ID / signature in here, such that on success it will save the transaction ID in here, such that we have a reference that we actually send our airdrop to. And if it starts failing, then we can do the same thing as we did with the owner. If the transaction ID is not set, like we did fucking here, if we don't have a token info transaction ID, then we want to perform our airdrop. And yeah, a very brief summary would be great. Thanks. For the latecomers, we're trying to find a certain type of token holder address. Okay, yes, one more time. One more freaking time, just for you latecomers. What we did... Wait, hold on. No. Okay, can I do it like this? Yeah. Make it a little bit smaller. I think you can still see that. Okay. So one more time before we leave for today. What we did. We started out with just any kind of verified creator for any kind of NFT. Let's try it for a different one. Let's say we want to get all of the... Let's see who else sent me NFTs. By the way, if you want to send me NFTs, hint, 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 send them to solandy.sol. And I can find all of the NFTs in your collection. So who do I wanna... Anything new? Smurf Santas? Is this one new? This one is definitely new. I have not seen that before. A Smurfy Santa. Aww. A collection of 2022 hand-drawn, well-curated Santa themed NFTs. Yeah, so if I were to want to find... Oh, come on. It's part of the processes. No, I don't want to send it. Are you crazy? No. Why Phantom you so slow? Right, so if I wanted to find all of those Smurfy centers. Oh wow, they have 2 verified creators. That's interesting. But I guess I would take the first one in that case. Let's see if that works. Ah, that's a Candy Machine V1. Not sure if it works with the Candy Machine V1, but hey. Gotta try. And then we also delete our process. So I wanted to call it progress. Why did I call it process? Stupid. Let's call it progress. That makes more sense. Right. So we start out with a verified creator, and then we call the get program accounts. Oh man, I'm already running out of storage space again. Yeah, well, who cares? We call the get program accounts on that verified creator with the metaplex, the metadata program. So the metadata program holds all of the metadata program accounts, and inside those is written all the metadata, which, contains like the update authority, the mint, all of that stuff, and the creators. And from there, we search for where we find that verified creator. And for all the accounts where we find that verified creator, we then get out also the token mint. So that's what we do here. We just slice it. Oh, that's the name. Here we just slice it at the right thing. Oh yeah, it seems to also work for that. Amazing, amazing. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. So the owner is still null in that first round in our progress. And when we run it a second time, then what happens is our airdrop script goes through all of the token infos that we just loaded, and it calls this nice little get owner for NFT, which we programmed in the previous episode of this live coding session, where we essentially just query the largest token accounts of that mint, because an NFT, there will only be one owner, so one holder. We get this one where the holder is 1, we get his freaking address, and then we pass the account to get out who the owner is. So that is from the owner from the token account now, right? So from the metadata in the mint, we find the token, and then in the token account, we find the owner, which is the, which is a wallet address. Yeah, and that's the entire process. And once we run that as well, we should now see here that maybe don't save that and open it again. We should now see here that the owners are also written. And what we could now do is go to our wallet, which is being super smooth and fine and fast, and with no problems whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, compared to MetaMask, I always prefer that. And then we can search my own wallet address in here, and yes, look, I am the owner of the Smurfy Santa 190. That's the token account, and that's the token mint itself. So that seems to be working also for Candy Machine V1 stuff, which is quite cool, if you ask me. Pretty cool. Progress JSON we don't need to put in our Git, but getting for all, actually, yeah, we can commit that, but then I want to do another quick little thing where actually we don't want to do it like that. We want to actually do it a little bit differently. So if it does not exist yet, then I want to do the other thing And in any case, I want to do that thing. Such that it does that in any case. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, we write the file here and then we read it again, which we could, you know, could save us that part, but you know. Oops, do it all in one go. We should probably test that as well before we commit that. Oh, let me just quickly go back to YouTube if you have any more questions. Nope, looks good. If you do have any last final questions, you can put them in the chat right now, because I think I will leave it here. We've been doing exactly 2 hours now, and we created ourselves a nice little airdrop script, which does not actually yet airdrop anything, but we find out what are all the NFTs of a collection, who owns all of the NFTs in that collection. And in the next part, we will actually develop the actual airdropping script, which actually does the send other tokens to those owners. What? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Did somebody steal all of my shit? Did somebody steal all of my shit? Or is Phantom just being a biatch again? I think Phantom is just being complicated again. Oh, come on, Phantom. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. I do want to test it one more time, though. Nicely done. That was helpful. Thanks. Well, glad I can help. I want to just test my script one more time. With this again, and without the progress, and see if that runs through in one, such that we can then call it a day and say we will continue here next time. Well, I hope that you learned something about how all of those accounts are set up on Solana. It is a little bit complicated in the beginning, getting your head wrapped around the idea of the accounts and how the stuff is stored there. It's literally just sequentially thrown in that buffer. And once you figured that out, the rest is quite easy. The hardest part for me still is, how do you TypeScript? But, you know, actually I could get rid of all of those blah blah console logs. There, we don't need that shit anymore. We don't need that, and we don't need that. But for this one, we still allow it. And it's so cool. The finding owners, did you see how freaking fast it went through? Like literally, bam! Because the Genesis Go is just fast. I don't need to rate limit myself at all with this. I know TypeScript is awesome if you know how it's done. I mean, I love TypeScript for the sheer fact of having types, which Python doesn't have. But yeah, well, one last look in here reveals that, yep, that all looks kind of good, and it also wrote the owner in there. Oh, this, by the way, did I literally just copy the same thing and found 0 results? Are you kidding me? This, by the way, I remember that address. Do you even see that? Oh wow, that might be a bit too big now. But anyhow, this is Magic Eden. So 139 of those cats are listed on Magic Eden, I claim. I don't want to connect. Wait. No. Damn it. No, I'm wrong. Total listed count is 195. Well, it's more than that. Maybe but also like it didn't. I'm pretty sure I didn't query all of them. Maybe it was created with 2 different candy machines, so there are 2 different verified creators. But check your account, how many you have. Let's see if Phantom lets me. Come on, and if the okay, let's not use the mouse. I'm not at home. Not everything is as I want it. OCD. We have time, right? It's 1 candy machine? Okay. Well, I'm not sure why it doesn't find all of them then. I should do it with a collection that I know how many it has. And I have 2 of them. Check from your file your results. Check from my file my results. I have 2. This one, the 1213, and this one, the 684, which we can also see here. 684, except you probably can't because I'm in the way. But there it is. Yes. I should probably do it with an NFT that I know how many there are. Which one do I know? Any NFT collection that I didn't do mine yet, but let's be funny. What? The floor price went up to 47 again? It used to be like 30 something a day ago. Literally a day ago was in the 30s. I'm just eyeing this because, you know, I wanna ape in, but I was still hoping for Sol to drop a little more before I ape in and get myself a nice. If anyone of you is rich, right? I mean, I would love to have one of those. Anyhow, where do I get there? The mint. Let's see. Let's see if it also works for them. No, they are still a bit different. The apes are still a bit different. And they are old. Very old. I mean, I could look for exactly that address, but then I will probably get way more than just the apes. Scam. Yeah, I mean, if you're one of the creators of those, I bet you are rich. Anyhow, if he only has the apes as the first project, this could potentially work. Let's give it a try. Don't save. Really cool collection of cats. Oh yeah, Victor, those are the two guys who gifted them to me. Isn't that nice? What? That was quick. Because it didn't work. Did it? No. Something's wrong here. Oh, it just got the owners again. I didn't delete it. Yeah, apparently I didn't delete it. Okay, one more time. Let's see. Let's see. I also have to pee. So that's another reason for me to go away. Not piss off. I first gotta find a toilet to do that appropriately. Yeah. Anyhow, we're 2/3 of the way done of having a nice airdrop script. I think we can be happy with ourselves. What do you think? Any final thoughts from the comments? Any final wishes or comments or quick NFTs that you want to drop such that I can check the supply of them? But yeah, that's another. So if your airdrop script wants to not airdrop to Magic Eden, I also know how that's done. Oh shit, yeah, no, that's failing. Cannot address of undefined. So yeah, so yeah, though they are too old. The apes are just too old. Old and different standard. What other collections are there on Magic Eden right now? Anything that I am... I mean, I don't want to fucking make advertisement for any of that shit, but just wanna advertise. I mean, are you guys at least Candy Machine 2? That looks better. And here we have destroy the progress. Here we have 359 of them listed. Do we know how many there are of each? Does it tell us that? $5K. Oh, let's see if we can fetch a 5K collection. Let's see if that will also work. Or if it won't. This is just testing our airdrop script. So, what did the guy say? I wish to have a beer with you. Graz or Vienna? Well, both work for me. Preferably Vienna, because that's where I live. And you're learning a lot. Yay. Cyprus. Well, invite me to Cyprus. I might actually go there. I mean, I can't take much vacation. Although now I could potentially. Anyhow, if we now look at our pro... Fuck! That didn't work. Well, for that, our script doesn't work, and I don't know why. But, okay, fine. I'm getting too tired to debug right now, so I'll find myself something else. Alright, we wanted to... Okay. We are gonna connect our wallet. And then we're not gonna sell. Because I literally can't, because I don't even have my thing with me. Let's go with a block. The block. Copy that. The block. Come on. The block. Oh, they're both verified. Fun. If we put in... Oh, come on. That thing here. The block currently has total listed 51. 51 blocks are currently listed on Magic Eden, and they have a total size of... Does the block say that? Oh, that's also a Candy Machine V1. Let's see if that works though. Nope, they don't say how large their collection is. Because I kind of want to test if that works to get all of them, or if we don't retrieve all of the program accounts. That is still to be properly tested. But for now, I'm already very happy with the script actually, so it does the thing that it's supposed to do. Obviously, if you do it with your collection, then make sure that the length of this array, so in other words, if you were to type like owner 201, if that matches the size of your collection, right? So are there only 201 blocks? I don't know. But if we go through those and then find this one, there we see 49 are here, and on Magic Eden it says 51. So we are a little bit off. I don't know where I'm missing some. Maybe the script doesn't get all of the accounts correctly. That is to be debugged, but also you can just, get your NFT list somewhere else and just create yourself a JSON that looks like this. You essentially just need the token mint in here, and then from the token mint you can retrieve the owner, and then with that you can do the airdrop. So it will be fine. Or you use the airdrop script to also find the NFT token accounts. Then you put the verified creator here, git cleanup, and with that we can push it and call it a day. God damn it. So if you're interested in that code, you can find it on GitHub, and Loop Creative Andy. That's my GitHub. I called this one the... Too many projects? What did I call it? What did I call it? Airdrop script. Yep. And here you have the airdrop script that we just created. Just in case you want to use that for reference again in the future. Okay, good. And with that, I say goodbye for today. It has been a pleasure programming with you or for you. If you have any more questions, you can ask them in the Discord. And yeah, thank you for your NFT donations. And I see you in the next video. Till then, peace. Bye bye.